kitten season is something that those of us who work in animal sheltering refer to. It's a period of time that's about 7, sometimes 8 months, between typically April or May till September, October timeframe, where we are inundated with kittens in the shelter system. So they're not equally spread throughout the 12 months. They're very seasonal breeders, and so all of that hits the shelter system at one time and can be very overwhelming to the shelter system.
What should someone do if they find kittens outside in their neighborhood?
It's critically important if somebody sees kittens to stop, take a deep breath, resist that temptation to scoop them up. It's human nature. They're teeny tiny little helpless, apparently helpless beings, and it's absolutely in our nature to immediately want to scoop them up and save them, when in fact, normally the very best thing you can do is leave them alone. They may appear to be alone at that moment, but mom is somewhere nearby. She may be out gathering food for them. She may be out getting exercise. She may be out getting bedding to help keep them warmer. But at the end of the day, those kittens' chance for survival and thriving beyond survival is best if they remain with their mother.
Can JHS take in kittens at this time?
At this time, every system, program, and staff member at JHS is tapped to the max. Our response to COVID-19 required that we cut our staff to half in terms of daily capacity by breaking them into 2 teams to minimize risk both to the community and to our staff. So we're operating on at least half or less than half a staff on a daily basis. So our capacity to respond is radically different than it typically is. In addition to that, there are unique demands as a result of COVID beyond safety that we're being tapped for, with the number of people out of work, unemployed, facing whether it's a medical crisis because they or a family member were exposed, or an economic crisis because they lost their jobs. It's putting huge demands on our systems, whether it's the food bank, whether it's medical assistance, whether it's getting them into boarding, getting them into foster homes. We're seeing a demand for that unlike anything we've experienced before. So we must adapt and adjust and use those precious resources we have to respond to those emerging demands of COVID-19. They change every day and they get greater day by day. And so in order to remain open and remain responsible to the fosters who already have animals in care for us, as well as the animals in our doors and the people out in the community who need our help, we cannot absorb kitten season also.
What resources can JHS provide to help people who find kittens?
The good news is there are magnitude of resources available. So if you've watched those kittens, there's not a mom around, and you do believe they're at risk, then by all means scoop them up, but do so with the full knowledge that you are now their caregiver. It's not just Jacksonville Humane Society who can't take them in. There is not a shelter in the 3-county area that can take kittens from you right now. So we need our community more than ever. So once you scoop them up, head to the Jax Humane website, and you will find every resource you could imagine. There are videos on there on how to bottle feed. There's information in there on their different growth stages, how to track whether they might have a health issue or not, information on a great app that you can use to quiz and ask questions if you're concerned. The other thing I suggest is call the vet who's nearest your home and make them your friend. Let them know that you're helping your community during COVID-19. Let them know about the strains with the shelter and ask would they be willing to help you. And that help can take many forms. It may just be somebody on the other end of the phone line when you have a question or concern. It may be an urgent need, but make friends with them. It's not something you could nor should demand from your local veterinarian, but ask if they'll join you in helping the community. Also contact JHS. There may be some resources in terms of food or things or bottles and KMR milk replacement that we might be able to provide and help you with. So don't hesitate to email us via the website and ask what help we might be able to give based on what your needs are. We may or may not be able to provide that for you, but we will do our level best to get you in the right direction for the help you need.